Oh, g'day viewers, it's Jeff McPhee's Gardening, Melbourne, Australia. As a gardening business, do you work to live or do you live to work? They're two roads that many businesses take. When you're starting out and building up your business, you can fall into the trap, and many do, and I'm included, that you are actually working so hard that you're living to work. Live to work. Because you want to build that business up, you want to accrue your assets, you want to look after your family, and make sure everything's possible that they can have. And by working hard, 6 days, 7 days a week, long hours, you will accrue your goals, you will achieve your goals. But at the end of the day, you're working to live. So you'll get to a point maybe that you'll get staff, maybe you'll work off the tools. So that might allow you some free time. But as we know, as your company becomes bigger, the more time you'll need to attend to all the other little things in that business to keep it running. And because it's your baby, you'll tend to get to a stage where, you're going to put a lot of time in. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, of course, but there's going to be some disadvantages, of course. And there's going to be places where, like, for example, your family may suffer. Look, you might be a person that can do both. But the harder you work, the less time you're spending at home. And then what happens with a lot of guys and girls, when they work hard, they start not liking their job. And if they go home, they're cranky. And when they go home, your family knows you're cranky and tend to steer away from you. So one creates the other. And then all of a sudden there's arguments at home because you're never home. And it just goes around in a vicious circle. That doesn't happen to everybody, but it does happen. Now, of course, the other road to take, you can take, and especially for solo operators, I think, is that you're actually working to live. So you'll dictate when you work, where you work, and how often and how much. Now, it's easy to work to live because you can control everything to the extent of having a balance of life. You'll be able to spend more time with the family. You'll be able to accrue the amount of income required to run the family, to pay for holidays. You might work a bit harder at certain times, and then you might take it easier to go away on holidays and to enjoy life. Now, this game of gardening business over 36 into my 37th year, it's a marathon, and then there's a lot of guys that have done longer than I have too, and even 20 years or 15 years. It's a marathon. And in a marathon, you've got to pace yourself. How often you see a marathon runner, he gets out in front and he goes hard, and then all of a sudden the back runners will start to catch him up because they're pacing themselves. I've seen many businesses, especially in solo, or guys that are working so hard, they hit the wall. You can only mow so many lawns in a day, and they get to a stage where they try and to do more and more. And they get to a stage where they get to burnout. And then once you get to burnout, you're no good to anyone. Because what happens during that hitting the wall is you're going to dislike what you're doing. And I reckon there's nothing worse to go to work and hate going to work. Because if you hate going to work, you're going to take that negative to when you go home to your family. So that's something that I've sort of seen over the years. When you're working work to live, you control it in a way that you have a really good charge out rate. It's very important to know your figures, know your costs, know your running costs. Chase the high-end clients, chase the best clients you can. So the higher that you can achieve in your charge out rate, the more time you're going to have towards your family or your other activities or balance of life. There's a story, old Jack, he worked hard. He worked 6 in the morning till 6 at night, 7 days a week. He accrued great big utes and standers and zero turns, and he employed staff, and he was working hard, and he was really making a lot of money, and he was doing well, but he was getting tired. And then now on the other hand, there was Ben. He was one of those guys that he was actually working to live. So he might not have had the flashier toys, but he had a very good charge out rate. He could play his golf when he got home at 2 o'clock, or he could go to the kids' events. He was always attending to the children. He could take them on holidays. He could take his wife out for lunch, and there was no pressure. Financially, he was good. He might not have been as rich as Jack, but he was rich in the balance of life. And Ben said to Jack one day, "What are you going to do when you retire, mate? Are you going to retire?" He said, "Oh no, I'm going to slow down. I'm going to work off the tools, and I'm going to knock off at 2 and play golf, and I'm going to spend time with my kids, and I'm going to take my wife out for lunch." And Ben just smiled and said, "Well, mate, it is a nice life, that one." So I guess that's the difference between two operators, isn't it? So it's just a bit of food for thought that, think about your journey, and if you want to make it a long journey, have a think about pacing yourself, and have a think about, do you really want to work to live and have life balance? Or do you want to really work hard and accrue a massive amount of asset and wealth, which you can do, but it's going to be at a sacrifice of A, maybe your health, and B, maybe your family. Not everyone, it doesn't happen to everyone. I've seen successful guys that have done it and done really well. Because I don't know their personal lives, of course, but they've done well. But I know a lot of guys, especially solo guys that work to live, seem happy, they seem balanced, and they seem to enjoy life. They seem to find happiness. All right, there you go. We'll see you on the next video. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and share, and please comment. It's a different topic, trying to come up with some different aspects of our business, more on the philosophy of running a business rather than hands-on, because I think most of us, there's plenty of videos on how to whippersnip and mow and hedge and all that, and which are fantastic, and a lot of guys better than I can do it. So I'm just sharing my knowledge and hope it may benefit someone. So we'll see you on the next video. Bye.